guys, welcome back to my channel. I cannot find my microphone, so this is going to be as good as it's gonna get for y'all. Sorry. So I figured I'd just take you through the 18 books that I read this month. It's gonna be posted a little bit later than the end of October just because time and work, and I'm an adult, I'm busy, so let's get right into it. So I compiled a little list that I'm just gonna go through, kind of rapid fire. This is gonna be a short and quick video, I think. I did read quite a few books, but I don't want to go into too much detail just because I want y'all to go friend me on Goodreads and see my full reviews. I used to post my full reviews on Instagram, but as you guys know, I deleted social media, so I'm not doing that anymore. So first up, I read Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen, and I rated it 5 stars. This book was so good. I read this one because it was on a display at my library, and I've heard a lot about the musical that it was made into, and I've always wanted to watch it, but when I watch things, if there's a book, gotta read the book first. So I had to pick up the book. I did. At first, it was really slow, but if you decide to pick this up, stick with it because it gets so good. It'll make you cry, it'll make you laugh. Oh my gosh, that's all I can really say about this one. It was so good. So then I read The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry, and this is a psychological thriller. I rated this 5 stars. It was so good. This is my first Lucinda Berry book, and this book, I listened to the audiobook for most of it. I couldn't sit still. I was pacing, I was screaming, I was talking to the book, I was like freaking out, like, this book puts you on a roller coaster of emotions, and it has this eerie feeling throughout the entire thing. Please pick Lucinda Berry up. Any of them. I've heard are good, but this was my first one. So just read it. You know, if you like psychological thrillers, read it. It's like Freida McFadden on steroids. Freida McFadden is got that thriller aspect, but this was so much more, and honestly so much better. Freida McFadden for me is more a good introductory for psychological thrillers, in my opinion. But yeah, Lucinda Berry, top tier. This was so good. So then I read A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, and I rated it 3 stars. I did not enjoy that book. That book... First off, I don't want to read a spice scene between a 14-year-old and a 40-year-old man consensually. Even if, oh gosh, even if it wasn't consensual, no thank you. But, like, reading it as if this was an okay thing and they were married, it was just, I didn't need that much detail. Sure, allude to it, I understand, it's the culture, but I didn't need that much. I didn't need that much. And that's all I really have to say about this book. And it was boring. Don't come at me. I may continue with the series because I heard that the first book is so much world building, and that's why it's so slow, so I may continue with the series, but if I don't like the second book either, I'm gonna stop. Then I read Fruits Basket volumes 4 and 5, and I rated them both 5 stars. Obviously, I've said this before on my channel, and I will say it again. Fruits Basket is my comfort series. This series... You guys, watch the anime, it's on Hulu, or read the mangas. They're so good. The story, the characters, I'm obsessed with all of them. They're so cute. It's so cute. It's such a feel-good story, and it's sad, but it's also amazing, and it's like found family, and it's just so good. It's so good, you guys. Please check it out. Then I read Smitten with a Single Dad by Whiteley Cox. That was an arc. I rated it 4.5 stars. And this was like a good small town romance. It was giving Lucy Score is the best way I could describe it. I don't have too much to say on this one, but it was a very feel good. Obviously, it's about a single dad. And it was just, I was invested. I loved all the characters. Then I read Lovesick by Cynthia Rodriguez. I rated that 3.75 stars. I think it was another arc. It kind of just randomly appeared on my Kindle one day, so I'm not sure. But it looks like it's already been out before, so I think it was an arc for a re-release, like maybe like a new cover release type arc. I'm not exactly sure, but I didn't enjoy it too much. It was supposed to be a dark romance, but it was not really doing that for me. It was okay. Overall, it was okay. Then I read 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez because it was Hispanic Heritage Month, and I thought, why not do something to support that? I like to read about different cultures, so that was why I picked that one up. I got it from my library. I rated it 4.25 stars. It was really, really slow. It was a really slow read. It was a good read, but it was a slow read. So I semi-enjoyed my time. It honestly just got really slow. Like, it was really good in the beginning, and then it slowed down in the middle, and then there was, like, the end was really good. Then I listened to the audiobook that was gifted to me by the author called A Kingsguard Tale by G.F. Allen. I rated that 4 stars. That book was good. That was everything I wanted a Game of Thrones to be. And that's all I'm really gonna say on that. I'm trying not to go into too much detail on these. Then I read Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I rated that 5 stars. That book I've been putting off for quite some time. I never really enjoyed sci-fi, but the way this was written, I was obsessed with it. I was obsessed with the characters. I was obsessed with the world. I loved the concept of everything. I loved the concept of the scythes. Like, it was just really, really good. I really recommend you guys pick it up. Then I read Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck for my band book club, and I rated that 3.25 stars. It was okay at best. It was really sad. I don't know why it was written. There was really no point to it. It was just to show the life of minorities during the Great Depression. It was just this short little book, this short little chapter of their lives. And it was okay. And I have some issues with John Steinbeck already because of who he is and what he stands for. Like, there was a woman character, they didn't even give her a name. And I don't know if that was intentional or if that's just how John Steinbeck is. Like, there's a whole story on the Grapes of Wrath. Look it up. I'm not going to go into detail on that because that's not what the point of this video is. But yeah, it was okay. Then I read The Life We Bury by Alan Eskins, and that was from my mystery book club, and I rated that for 3.75 stars. It was just very predictable. It was like this little mystery, kind of a thriller. It was very predictable. I kind of knew how it was gonna end. They tried to make you think you knew what happened, and then they tried to make you think you knew what happened again. But even then, I was still like, they're making it too obvious. And I still got like 30% left in the book. Something else is gonna happen. You know, like, that's just how I am when I read books. Maybe I read too many books that I just know what's gonna happen. Then I read Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. And this book was awful. I rated it 2.5 stars. It was not scary. I was very, very, very disappointed. The cover, literally, I had nightmares with this cover. Like, I don't even want to look at it right now. I'm very much focusing on my face in the screen. I am not going to look at it because it scares me. I keep it face down. But the book was so boring. It was not good. I didn't enjoy myself at all. I really didn't enjoy myself. Then I read another horror book. And this book, I read this one right after I read Nothing But Blackened Teeth. And this one really, like, my standard, like, I enjoyed this so much more. I read Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, and I rated it 5 stars. This book, y'all, this book, I'm obsessed with Grady Hendrix already. I've read multiple books by him, and I just love the way he set it up. He set it up like a literal furniture catalog. Like, I was reading this in the living room, and my mother-in-law looked at me, and she was like, "Are you reading a furniture catalog right now?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." But that's how it's set up, because it's about a furniture store. It's basically a knockoff IKEA, but it's haunted. It's just, guys, pick up any Grady Hendrix book, honestly. Like, they're all really good. They're all really spooky. Like, it'll get you. Perfect for the spooky season. Then I read Fright Night by Maren Stoffels. I rated that 3.75 stars. That book was advertised to me as a horror. I thought it was going to be about a clown and stuff, when really it was just about a haunted amusement park. It was more of a thriller where some people decided to, like, kind of take over to get revenge on somebody else. And I just thought it was kind of stupid. Maybe it's because it was young adult. I don't know. But I just didn't enjoy myself very much when I read that book. I read Unbreakable by Danny Galliaro. This was another arc. I rated it 4 stars. And I really enjoyed it. It was another really good, like, little good romance. It was a hockey romance. This was my first sports romance. And I really, really enjoyed it. It just came out, if you guys want to check it out. If you like hockey romances, I definitely recommend this one. Then I read Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton, and I rated this 2.75 stars. I even annotated it, so y'all know I paid attention while I was reading this book. But I just did not. It was entertaining. That's what gave it, instead of 1 star, that's why it's 2.75. It was very, very entertaining. But did I enjoy myself? No. I've said this before and I will say it again. This book was not very good. It was entertaining, but I don't know. Something about it. Well, I read the second book. I've said this before on my channel. Yes, I will read the second book because that's how it ended. It ended on a cliffhanger, and I need to know what happens next. Like, I can't go on living without knowing what happens next, and I don't want to Google it. I would rather experience it for myself. So I'm going to be reading the second book. I will probably get a physical copy so I can annotate the second book as well. If I enjoy the second book, I will read more H.D. Carlton. But until then, this may stay as my only H.D. Carlton book. And lastly, I read My Vampire Plus One by Jenna Levine. I rated this 5 freaking stars. 6 stars. This is probably one of my favorite reads of this year. It was such a cute, feel-good rom-com. Like, the characters have a very special place in my heart, especially Reggie. I love him so much. All the characters hold a special place in my heart, but Reggie specifically, a dream. I love him so much. I wish he was real. And the fact he's obsessed with Edward Cullen, and he's a vampire as well, so he knows that Edward Cullen is, like, a fake vampire, obviously. Don't come at me, Twilight fans. But, yeah, it was really good. It was really cute. I very much enjoyed myself. So that is all the books that I read in October. It was a lengthy list. I usually don't read this many books in a month. I was very surprised with myself and very proud of myself as well. And I'm hoping November will be the same. I'm about to go film my November TBR, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, please, if you watch the whole thing, leave a ghost emoji signifying the end of October. And yeah, y'all are the best. I couldn't imagine the amount of support that I get from y'all. Y'all are so sweet. If you are still here and watching this whole thing, please like and subscribe and turn on notifications. It really helps out a lot. And yeah, thank you so much, you guys. Love you. Mwah.